Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and the driver of this M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, is DlTanchistJr, and he was one of the winners of the VP in the recent anniversary prize draw, and he's on the west spawn, or southwest spawn, of Arctic region, and battle's about to commence. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. And there's some targets up in the north, but they're just outside the field of fire. So if he's going to move or aim slightly to the left, he's going to get some extra boom. But he can hit this 64 from here. Rounds out. And a lovely direct hit. 256 hit points and 4 critical hits. That's because it's an open topped. And he gets taken out and he picks up the stun assist as well. That was a good strike. Does help to pick those targets which have got open tops because they do a lot more damage. He's shooting at the poodle. And he gets a direct hit, but he not only hits the poodle, he also hits the Cromwell B at the same time with splash. So that's a 2 for that one. Double the benefit. Okay, and those enemy are pulling back. They are worried. They've been hit more than once, and so they're starting to realise there's a problem. Let's go for that Hellcat. And I suspect that splashed the Hellcat at the very least. Okay, there is a tank. Well, in fact, there's 2 tanks turned up towards the south, but I think Tanchist's attention is being drawn by that IKV. Nope, he's decided he's going to go back to hopping on the north again. This is a Jackson. That's a very dangerous opponent, that one. Okay, fires a round in. He gets a splash for 10 hit points, 2 critical hits, but he did put a stun on him. Yes, the Jackson is a very dangerous opponent. Tier 6 tank destroyer. There it is. And he gets a good hit this time, 209 hit points. It looks like the other defenders, the Cromwell B, has pulled away. The Poodle's staying there, but he's just below the ridgeline. But that's not going to protect him when the round comes in. And he gets 2 critical hits there. That must have been track damage. And he's also been stunned, and he's pulling back. Okay, the Cromwell's done a flanking manoeuvre. It's gone around the rock and come up from the south. Again, he's going to have... they're probably going to be trying to assault the defenders from the rear, but there's a Type 58 off to their left, which is going to cause some problems. And the Cromwell is and has been taken out. I think he's suffering problems. This Hellcat again is now getting hit by multiple tanks, and he's been taken out. Okay, there's another Hellcat around the corner, and the Cromwell B is around there as well. This is going to be a difficult shot, but he's looking at the cap. I think he's trying to see if he can get a shell into this Hellcat. It's unfortunately you can't because the mountain is in the way and it's fairly steep. So he's not going to be able to hit the Hellcat whilst it's there, but if it comes a little further around, he might be able to get it. No, he's decided he's going to go for the Type 64, which is sitting in a very awkward position, really near the water edge, and of course it's very open there, and of course he's taken out. 300 hit points, clear kill. That was a very silly position to stop a Type 64. He's now going to go for that Cromwell B. It's the same one that was he shot at earlier. It's just relocated. And now he's found the enemy Arty. Okay, it's an M44 like him. And it's pulling back into cover, but rounds out. And it's a splash. 73 hit points, 2 critical hits. And he's finished off by the Hellcat on his team. Now he's almost reloaded. Can go after that IKV. It's just taken out the Hellcat. Now, can he put a round into this IKV? He's trying. Unfortunately, it falls behind the IKV. In the meantime, we've got a Type 34 which has just been taken out by the T-34-85 on their team, which is from quite some distance away. So he was obviously spotting by the Type 64. Okay, unfortunately they lost the Cromwell there, killed by the enemy Hellcats, and that shot splashed the Hellcat. 47 there. Can he get another round in to help the team? That Hellcat's going to pull back behind that rock if he feels any uncertainty, but that might actually help Tanchist to actually put a round into him. I'm not sure if he understands that. That round's a little late. Yeah, well behind the Hellcat who was motoring. He was trying to get out of the way because he knew the T-34-85 is coming. Now, this is an interesting tactical situation because it's 2 tank destroyers versus 3 tanks, or rather 1 Arty and 2 tanks on Tanchist's team. The Dicamax now is actually going to come into play because he's going to have to spot the centre ridge. Otherwise, the enemy is just going to go round the north, and that Hellcat might be on his way to this cap right now, or to Tanchist's cap, to take some of the heat off his own cap. And they've lost the T-34-85. It was killed by the Hellcat. So the Hellcat went around the north route. There he is. And he gets a splash into him. 28 hit points. Now, can the Dicamax do anything? He's travelling... It looks like he's travelling south. Either he's backing up because he's worried about being hit by the Hellcat. Of course, the one good thing about the Dicamax is he's got a great... gun depression, but unfortunately it's not going to be able to use it in these circumstances, and we don't know where that other tank destroyer, the IKV, has gone. Now presumably he's on the south route and he's coming around the south, which means the Dicamax is going to spot him. But of course the likelihood is the Hellcat is coming around the north route and will try to find Tanchist. And we've got the enemy T-34-85 complaining about Arty when Tanchist has actually done quite a lot of work so far in this game, which is quite surprising. He obviously doesn't realise the amount of effort that Tanchist has put in. Obviously, when he sees this video, he might be a bit embarrassed to realise that actually Tanchist was putting in a lot of shells, doing a lot of damage, helping the team. Right, the Dicamax is coming back to the cap. In this circumstance, ideally, the Dicamax would actually come back, hide in the forests around about K1. The IKV has been spotted. Okay, now Tanchist can get a help, but unfortunately the angle's wrong. He's got the mountain in the way, and so he's going to have to move to his left, or rather north, if he wants to get a shot on it. But the problem is the Hellcat's been spotted. Rounds out. And the Hellcat's been taken out. That's good. That's helped a great deal. But unfortunately, we've lost the Dicamax, which now means it's virtually Tanchist versus the IKV. Now, he's going to go defensive. It looks to me like what he's going to do is he's going to go down into the dip and wait for the IKV to come to him, and then shotgun him the moment he does, poke his nose over that ridge. The IKV probably won't be able to kill the M44 with one shot, and whilst he's reloading, the M44 can blitz him with a 155mm shell aimed accurately, or even drive up to him and shoot him right in the face. You see, tank destroyers tend to be overconfident in these situations, and that lends to their destruction. Okay, he's gone to Arty aim. Not sure I would do that. I'd probably stick to manual aim right in their face, because if you've got snapshot on the gunner, it helps them to adjust the aim and let it follow, and you just auto aim onto the target the moment the target appears and zap them. He's expecting him to come around that corner. I think that's pretty reasonable. I doubt if he'd be silly enough to go over the top. Yes, if he was to come down off the left hand side of Tanchist, that will be the surprise attack. But if he was to do that, he would obviously momentarily be going downwards down a cliff face, and that might be disorienting. The M4A3 is indicating that IKV's only got 50% health. So one shot should be enough. Even splash should be enough, actually. It's very tense. Could appear any moment. Of course, if he does appear to the left, he'll get a proximity warning that he is there, and that will give him time to turn. There he is. He is coming to the left. Okay, and he has put a round in. Arty's shotgun right in the face as he comes over the edge. And he didn't even have to go back to manual view to do it. Well done, Tanchist. That was really good. The guy came in over the top, put a round into Tanchist, but unfortunately he underestimated the power of a 155mm shell. Even at close range, it is lethal. And let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's a second class tanker for DlTanchistJr. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. And he got a Confederate, which proves that T-34, that he was working extremely hard, because you can only get a Confederate if you hit more of the enemy than any other player on your team, at least 6 tanks who were subsequently destroyed by other members of your team. And look at that list there. So that T-34 85M driver owes an apology to DlTanchist, because he was working extremely hard. And we can see there he's right at the top of the table. When it comes to damage with 1,824, he's top of the table when it comes to kills with 3, and he's top of the table when it comes to base XP of 931. So where is that T-34 driver? Let's have a look, see if we can find out where he is. Oh, there he is, second, but he accused DlTanchist of not working hard enough. Well, I'm sorry, mate, but he was working very hard. If we look at the detail report, we can see that he fired 16 rounds, got 5 hits, 5 penetrations, 9 splash damage. He did damage of 1,824 hit points, of which 1,517 hit points were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the IKV was quite a bit closer. He got 1 hit from that IKV, and it was a penetration. He hit 9 of the enemy, he killed 3 of them. He also did stun assistance of 703 hit points and got 11 stuns in total. He earned on a standard account 27,702 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply he still took home 17,949 credits, which is a decent total. He earned base XP of 931 experience points, but it was ×2 for the first victory of the day, so he takes home 1,862 experience points. So well done, DlTanchist. That's a really, really good example of how the other players do not appreciate the amount of effort you are putting in as Arty to help them win the battle. And boy, did you help them win the battle, right down to the very last shell you fired. Well done indeed. If you enjoyed this replay, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully I'll see you in the next replay.